Hello everyone. Today we're in Antibes. We're in an absolutely magnificent setting. We're at Taoufiq and Mariella's house and we're going to do a crazy installation, a 7.2.4 setup, and I can't wait to show you this installation since it's going to be really special, something we haven't done before, and I think it's going to be interesting for you. So please enjoy the scenery, enjoy the facility, and I'll see you later. Let's go. To put you in context, 1 year had passed since Taoufiq contacted us. Since we were in the area for an installation at a client at the time, we went to visit him to settle on this project. The house was then in construction, and the only things Taoufiq was certain of were, firstly, that he was gonna build the home cinema he'd always dreamt of while preserving the decoration of his living room, and secondly, he wanted us to realize the installation. Being the financial director of a big company, he lacks what is most important, time with his wife and family. Therefore, beyond being only a childhood dream, it's the opportunity for him and his wife to share the rare available moments in the best conditions as a couple and with their 2 children. So what better time frame than the second quarantine to take the decision to launch this project? And as he always says, if we can't go together to the cinema will come to us. In addition to being a top-ranking dad, Taoufiq is also a geek dad. That is why we created his configuration together to gather the best cinema experience possible. For now, I will only reveal that the projection screen is 3.6 meters large using our infinity screen, and that the projector itself that will be hidden in the back of the room in our motorized alley-lift stand is a model that we usually never install. And that's not it. There will also be an 85 inches TV which we will mount right behind the projection screen. I think you got it now. The installation really is out of this world. Initially, we were supposed to help the electricity and plasterer teams, but our planning got a little shaky. Still, we could rely on Alexandre, who gave us a hand with the cables. And since we don't like to congest our client's space with our equipment, the projection screen is supposed to arrive simultaneously with us through a carrier. Pray it delivers the stuff on time. Here is the room in which we will do our installation. The same identical room lies right beneath us, but this is off topic. A TV already belongs downstairs, so here will be a dedicated home cinema room with a widescreen. The latter will be 85 inches long and we'll set it there. As a recap, a 360 meters projection screen, 7.2.4 speakers, 2 vertical speakers, the BP9080 from Definitive Technology, and then 2 surround speakers, the RCS3. We usually get those for our installations. It makes you feel like the sound is coming to your ears when it's actually coming from the ceiling. 2 of those in the back and 2 more on the sides, the classic surround ones. Finally, that will be the D8R, which we will set here around the couch to really enhance the spatialization feeling, which is amazing through Dolby Atmos. And then the highlight of the show, the most extraordinary receiver you'll ever see, which is extremely rare, also since we waited a month and a half to get it. The AVC A110 from Denon. It's a very limited series in the honor of the 110th anniversary of the brand. Can't wait to see that. I left it wrapped on purpose so we can unpack it together. That's gonna be something. Let's go. Here's the space for the TV. It's a white Samsung TV with a remote media receiver. Here's the cable of the receiver, but the initial plan was to proceed otherwise, and we don't have the necessary space to let the cable go. So here's what we're going to do to make things easier. Given that there's a room behind this wall, we're going to dig a hole for the cable, and this way we'll be able to work the wall from the room next door. We'll run it through the false ceiling and we'll get it back right for the receiver. This way we'll be able to smoothly finish this installation today so that everything works fine. Here, see, fortunately it's a wide-angle camera lens. Can you actually see the whole sheet of paper? That's the actual TV size, so just so you can imagine. That's why we've settled on a very wide projection screen so it can compete with the TV.
Voilà.
As I was telling you, the electrician already ran lots of sheaths for all the cables, which is an excellent thing. Here he's been using a 32mm? Yeah, 32mm large sheath, which is not a thin one, and that will allow to run a second cable easily. So if you want to do this at home, put some large sheaths. It's not that much more expensive, and it's really useful to handle multiple cables or change them easily. Whereas with thinner ones, things get more complicated. It's very practical, and it's gonna help for later. This sheath here was actually too thin. As I always tell you, 25mm is a good width to run a cable through it, but if there's any chance you want to change the cable one day, it will be extremely difficult. So use at least 32mm sheaths, it's going to be a lot more comfortable. You don't want to run them in a disorganized way, that will create problems later. Right now, Alexandre is going to use wire pulling devices. I'll put the links in the description, it'll make it easier for you. So if you want to run cables through sheaths, use this, it does a great job. It's made out of nylon, I think? Yes, that's right, nylon. It's perfect. So you want to run them raw. Take the sheath off, and you want to focus on running them all the way through the other side. This way, you'll get what you want, which is the classic audio cable and the RCA cable for the bass frequencies. We'll do it first here, and then over there.
Une fois ici, et après on recommence juste là. Voilà.
Marwan is currently calibrating the projection screen and the motorized stand for the video projector. I haven't yet told you about the projector. It's a design that we usually never install since those do not have any lens shift. I mean, there is a lens shift, but it's only vertical and not horizontal at all. This means you need to be perfectly centered on the screen. It's a little bit like the installation we did at Guillaume's with the W2700. This design, I believe, is the Optoma UHZ65 LV. It's a brighter projector, we'll have a look at it later. Keep this in mind, your focus needs to be perfectly centered on the projection screen. Otherwise, the image will be out of focus and then you have to cut some pixels out, which is really not the best move here. It's capable of beautiful image rendering, but somewhat complex to install. We're currently taking care of it to obtain an outstanding result in the end. So here, Marwan is in charge of drilling the hangers to be able to secure them by the lift, which is right here. It's supposed to be at the same level as the motorized stand and the projector. On this side, there's a rail keeping the whole thing on their feet, so it's really important when we do this kind of job to set up a hanger here, a hanger there, to hold the false ceiling together in order to have a strong structure. And here's the receiver, the AVC A110 for Denon's 110th anniversary. I kept my promise and did not unwrap it on purpose. I was saving it for you right now. Actually, no, we'll open it later. Be patient. First thing I'm gonna do is open this one speaker. There are two of them, of course, two column speakers. Let's just check the connectors to make sure we're all set. And in the meantime, let's give those devices a nice sun bath. So here we are with the BP9080X from Definitive Technology. The first special feature of these speakers is a classic one on column speakers. Dedicated speakers are directly mounted on the column speakers. They allow for the Atmos technology to function through reflecting the sound on the panels. So we're not huge fans of that method, so maybe we'll just run a cable through and get a 7.2.6 configuration instead of a 7.2.4, since we already have 4 speakers mounted in the ceiling. I'm not sure we managed to do this efficiently, since the ceiling is kind of hollow. As you can see, it's hollow, so it might not be easy. Let's see what happens. It's not the job of today's installation anyway. The second big feature of these speakers is a really important thing. These column speakers are bipolar, and this is interesting because it means that the sound will spread out more beautifully, especially since there is a subwoofer integrated in each column speaker. This will allow to have an immediate 2 subs configuration, point 2. 2 subs, better bass spreading, better listening experience in the room without additional subs. All you need to do is to run your classic speaker cable plus the mono RCA cable. That's right, do not forget to amplify the beast, because the subwoofer needs to be amplified.
Bon.
Alright, well, we just installed the 9080 column speakers. They are beautiful. First, a few things to know, and then I'll tell you about a little problem that we encountered on the road. So column speakers, we don't install them often. Actually, we never do, to be honest, except when we have the waterfall, because these are really great. Soon we'll work on an installation with their little sisters, the 9060. But anyway, so we'll stand at least 30 centimeters from the two partitions to avoid any reverberation effects, especially since there are speakers on the sides and even on the box. So go away from the walls when you install them. It will allow you to have less reflection of sound coming back at you. Now, about the little problem, apparently I was gone at one point, but I just came back and it turns out there's a fuse inside the enclosure since there's an amplified subwoofer, of course. So each speaker is amplified and this speaker is playing tricks on us because this fuse has blown. So we are waiting for a response from Denon to know which fuse it is, and we'll share it with you if it ever happens to you, if you ever need to replace one inside. I'm waiting for Jan's answer at Denon, and as soon as he answers, we keep on. Alrighty, so Polo found the fuses. He went in a hardware and electrical store and found them. So we put the link in the description. If it should ever happen to one of you to have this fuse problem now, you would know which one to order. Maybe an Amazon link. Now, the screen still hasn't arrived yet, so we'll install it tomorrow. We haven't been to Jean Paul's yet, so we're going to go afterwards. We need to stay on schedule. Anyway, the projection screen is left to be installed. We won't install the TV as long as we haven't received the projection screen, so everything will be done tomorrow to save time, or better said, to not lose any. We'll calibrate as much sound as possible today. We will take the calibration microphone, we will use our usual Mult EQ application, and we're gonna adjust the sound in relation to this room, which is very empty. So there will be a lot of reverb, and the decor is not even there yet. There will be, what's that word again? There will be curtains though. What was that? I'm losing my words. So curtains will be let out, and there will also be a carpet that will be let out here. There will be decoration, paintings, several things, but for now it's empty, so we'll do the best we can, and we'll come back to it later. I will tell you about it later to really end this installation as soon as they have really completely arranged this room. Now, we're going to take the carpet over there in a corner. Better not see it, it's not very clean. But who cares, since it will do the job. So if you're doing this type of installation, here's a tip. Lay a large mat or carpet between the projection screen and your sofa, since it will help a lot in terms of sound. And if your sofa is nice and fluffy, it will also help loads. Here we go.
Voilà, c'est parti. Vous avez suivi.
So you followed the whole sequence where Paul beautifully installed this video projector, the UHC65LV, on the motorized support, the Alilift HC. And well, he'll start again because he ran some tests and it turns out the lens shift only goes up and you can't get it down. So that's why I oftentimes recommend to take a video projector with a really wide lens shift that goes in all directions. Now, we have this one specifically because Taoufiq wanted it, because it's very bright and you can also watch movies in broad daylight. But if it doesn't really matter to you, I suggest you take a video projector with a large lens shift. Now, Paul's gonna flip it over, so we'll be able to lower the image without having to lower the projector almost to the floor. Here it is, a small piece of advice which could be useful to you and prevent you from having to flip the projector over.
Retourner le vidéoprojecteur.
That's it, you waited for it. I told you about the AVC A110 before, and what can I say? You have seen the last video, we were in Saint-Rémy-les-Chevreuse, and we had the 8520, in fact an improved version of the CX8500, and I mean really, really improved. Please leave your comments below on the matter, it's a masterpiece, which means very, very few of those are available on the market. We waited a long time to own this one, and we ordered one for our showroom. And I don't know if they'll manage to send us more of those for some of our clients who'd like to own them as well. Anyway, it's with great emotion that I'm opening this box. Taoufiq asked yesterday to see the manual and said, no, wait, let's open it together. So here it is, we're gonna discover it together. Oh no, there's another box inside. Funny people. And I bet there's another box afterwards. So it's written, wait, I'll show you. Made exclusively for Taoufiq. No, it's specially made in Japan. It's really made at the factory actually, not made in Vietnam or China or whatever. It's really made in the place with the best engineers working on it. This is a masterpiece. Yeah. Come closer. Look at this. Look at that. So normally the receivers are well packaged, but these are so clean. It reminds me of the packaging with the black cardboard, as in the definitive technology bipolar speakers that we unpacked before. It is wonderful. So what do we have here? We have a nice word with the serial number on it, so it's really a unique piece in limited quantity. And there's the rest of the elements. This is like what we're used to having. The tripod, the little stickers to stick on each line of speakers to easily identify them. There is the quick start guide. The manual has been redesigned a bit with Denon 110 years special series. Here it is if you can see it. Going on, oh well, we can give it to Taoufiq. That's what he was waiting for anyway. He didn't want to see the product, he wanted to see the manual. So let us see the product. So instead of having little yellow chunks of tape, as they usually are at Denon, we got little white chunks of tape, a little more classy, and there the specific little sticker too. You can zoom in on the 110 years old marking. Excellent. And the special color is graphite, that is. The PCBs, the electronic cards inside, they're black. There is no functional point in making a black card. It's just beautiful. So let's go on. better not drop it now. Let's have a look at the back, at the rear. I haven't seen it yet, so we'll discover it together. Here too, there are special colors. The small buttons are gray instead of being completely white or transparent, so they perfectly blend in with the rest of the device. You can see inside. Look, come and see. The sun should bring nice reflections inside. Well, it's not made to be looked at inside, we don't really care, but it's just that it's as beautiful inside as outside and as the sound it provides. Alright, now we're gonna install it in the space Paul has been preparing for us over there.
Que Paul a préparé là-bas.
Hey, I know you, right? Did you follow us on Instagram? You can follow us. This way you can discover all those installations before everyone else. And if you haven't done so already, please share this video, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you soon. Here it is, day 3 of this installation. We're finally gonna end this fabulous, beautiful home cinema, which is in 7.2.4 configuration. And here we go, we've received the screen that we were waiting for yesterday. So this morning we went to see Jean-Paul, our client in Mandelieu, and we're gonna change the screen. This one will be an infinity screen. But none of this is important for now. You'll get a video on this as soon as we go see Jean-Guillaume into a configuration of the TW9400 and how to automate it. Anyway, Marwan is currently creating the fixations so that we're able to hang the screen on the ceiling. What's there left to do? To set the devices so that they work optimally, and we're preparing to recalibrate the sound, right? And after that, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, play with the sound and the image at last. Can't wait to see that. Let's do it.
Il me tarde de voir ça, c'est parti.
So we usually install our favorite Blu-ray player, the Sony UBP X110, but Taoufiq, as I already told ya, is a geek dad. He's the happy owner of a Oppo Derby. Just like a lot of aficionados, he's not gonna just throw it away like that, so we couldn't resist the pleasure to share with you the unboxing of the beast, as much for the nostalgic as for the neophytes. Here we are, this is the end of this installation. Let me show it to you a little bit, even if you know some of it. This is a 7.2.4 config. We installed for the first time the 2-column speakers from Definitive Technology, the BP9080. They work like God's fire, it's so impressive. You know, it's true we systematically finish the installations after the decoration is in place, so we set everything up, and then we come back a few weeks later when the deco is done. But we always want to show you the video as quick as possible so you can enjoy it. So the sound is already there, and it's incredible. We have here the AVCA 110 that I've been showing you from every angle. It's an amazing device, but unfortunately, I think it won't be easy to find other ones. We already have one for the showroom. If you want to come meet us, please do not hesitate. You witness a crazy screen and a wicked Atmos system. It's a little bit like here, but I have to admit, here is a little bit better than our showroom. So if you're in Antibes, maybe we could ask Taoufiq and Mariella if you can go by their place. Anyway, to end this installation thing, if you would like to see this room in a totally ended and brand new way, follow us on Instagram, because we're going to share the picture as soon as they share it to us. And if you want to see this installation as a video the way we're doing it now with all the equipment to get a debriefing on every little thing, all you have to do is like this video. It's your move. If you like this installation, just hit the like button, and as soon as we reach the 2,000 likes, we'll come back and shoot another video of the whole ended room. Now I'll leave you with Blade Runner. Talk to you soon and take care.
Et à très bientôt.